Hi, I'm Bret Oliverio, and this is my wife.
Jenny Oliverio.
And we're the owners of Sup Dogs restaurant right here in Greenville, North Carolina. Well, my little brother opened Sup Dogs in August 2008 here in Greenville. My sister went to school here. She graduated from ECU, so it's kind of how we got to know the area. And we took over the business in 2012.
2012. It's tragic. It's a very tragic story. His brother Derek passed away in a house fire down the street, right, like maybe 2 blocks from here. A month before we were supposed to get married, before we got married.
Yeah.
And we decided to come on down and run the business.
Well, he passed away in September 2011, and we got married in October. And then we decided a couple weeks after we got married that we were going to both quit our jobs, and we lived in the Washington, D.C. area, and quit our jobs and move our life down here to Greenville, North Carolina, in hopes of taking over the business, improving it, expanding, and sort of carrying on Derek's legacy and Sup Dogs as a restaurant. So when we got down here, we just packed up everything and moved down here. We had no family here, no real ties to Greenville other than the restaurant, and we literally just packed up and moved to this random town. We didn't really know what we were getting ourselves into as far as taking over a restaurant. I mean, we sort of knew it was popular in town, but I didn't have 1 minute of restaurant experience. Luckily, she had worked in restaurants her entire life.
I had worked in a restaurant since I was 16 years old, and I'm 42 now, so I've been doing it my whole entire life. And me and Derek, his brother, we worked in a restaurant together, waiting tables years ago, and he was just a very young, go-get-it entrepreneur.
So in Derek's mind, this concept was already franchised and nationwide before he even opened his first location, and I think maybe that's the mentality you have to have, but operationally and logistically that's sort of tough to put together. It just takes years and years of operating a business and success to even think about putting those processes in place. But in that spirit, we decided
I think part of us, we wanted to keep that same spirit he had of, I want to open more locations. First we had to get our heads around how do we operate this one business successfully. And then I know he wanted to open up more, and he was looking, and we took a drive out to Chapel Hill one day, I think mostly because Michael Jordan went to college there, and he wanted to go check it out, and we drove out there and we just looked around and saw the fraternity houses, sorority houses.
Here, our location here is 50 feet from the university, and we knew if we opened up another location, we would want it to be in another great college town. And it's 2 hours away. Our business in Chapel Hill at UNC is right on Franklin Street. It's sort of similar to the setup we have here in Greenville. So I think we're lucky to be in an awesome college town here at ECU. So we wanted to try to recreate that magic at UNC, and that was just the goal. And we did that in June 2014. So we're going on 6 years being open on Franklin Street. And it's definitely been challenging. I'm sort of glad that I didn't know anything about the restaurant business before we got into it, because people see the fun, exciting part, which is the business being packed, people loving Sup Dogs, really enjoying our product. But what people don't see is just the intensity and it takes to operate a high volume business day in and day out. And we're all in 24 hours a day, where people work their 9 to 5, have their weekends off. There's no weekends off. There's no days off. Shoot, when
no days off. Like
when it snows, we're talking about okay.
How are we gonna bring the ski lodge?
Yeah.
How are we gonna ski lodge?
How are we gonna bring it alive? And we're talking about, it's snowing. Everyone has a day off. They're drinking at home. We're trying to figure out, okay, whose car are we gonna take to pick up employees, or, how are we gonna get to work? And it's just.
It's always like a weird question from like our friends. Like, what did you do this weekend? Well, like just yesterday.
We just got it today, this
like,
morning.
What'd you do? It was Saturday. What'd you do yesterday? Worked. That's like what we do. Like.
I mean, the fun part is, you are working for yourselves and for your family. So that part's awesome, and there is a freedom that comes with that. But we have 120 employees in 2 locations, 75 here in Greenville, and we're basically working for them and working to make sure everyone's making money, the business stays successful, and there's a lot of pressure that comes along with that. So, where we can take a week off if we want to for a family vacation, or if we want to go out of town.
Basically when school's out.
Yeah, but
like,
having a weekend off or nights off, it just doesn't happen as business owners.
Yeah.
I think there is a lot of opportunity and a lot of money to be made here in Greenville, especially downtown. I mean, what I'm sort of familiar with is what we do here downtown. And if you're a good operator and you dedicate your life to your business, you can be incredibly successful and you can make money, but you got to be all in. And it's like we just talked about, 24 hours a day. It's not. I don't think.
Well, for the restaurant business.
Yeah, maybe I'm just talking about the restaurant. Maybe other businesses can
restaurant
do it.
Restaurant business, but we're like also we're open from 11.
Yeah, we're open 16 hours a day
in the morning to like 2 o'clock at night, like every day. So I mean, that's a different type of business. But if it's the restaurant business, then maybe not those hours. But yeah, you'd be successful with a location downtown Greenville or uptown Greenville.
But you just really have to dedicate your life to it, and if you go all in and just
gotta be passionate about what it is that your business is.
And you serve a good product, and or you provide a service that people need. There's tremendous opportunity downtown. I mean, from a business standpoint, if you just look at the lease rental rates here in downtown Greenville as opposed to any other city in the state, whether it's Chapel Hill, Raleigh, Asheville, Charlotte, there's Wilmington. I mean, you can operate a physical business at a much cheaper cost downtown. That might not be the case 5-10 years from now, but right now you can. And it's just all about being a good operator, and there's definitely money to be made. Derek started Doggy Jams in 2000. I think the first one was 2010. And it started off sort of just as a parking lot jam band party with 75 people. The next year it had 200 people, and the next year it had 300 people. And then we were sort of able to take that event and turn it into a mainstream music event / block party / community celebration. And it's a stressful day, but it's also fun. We're putting on an event just using our staff for thousands of people, and a lot of that pressure falls on myself, our managers, and Jenny sort of calls herself the puppet master. And what people don't realize about our business is, people see me because I'm in here day in and day out, but any big decision I make as far as booking Shack or, hey, do you like these new chairs we got? I run everything by Jenny. Of course, I also are managers as well, but, people see me sort of as the business face of this restaurant, but any big decision, Jenny and I talk about. And she used to be a little more into the nitty-gritty of the business. In fact, look, it wasn't that long ago when people look at our success now and we're incredibly lucky, but it wasn't that long ago where we were like, Jenny, look, you got to work Friday night behind the bar because we need to make that $150 because we have rent to pay. So she's done everything from host to serve. I mean, she was.
Well, when we first got here, I mean, we didn't have like bus boys. We didn't have
Hosts.
We didn't have a dishwasher.
There weren't a lot of
It was
there weren't a lot of business practices in place when we
I
first
think
got
a
here.
lot of people think too, like, so I'm waiting tables and he's back there cooking the hot dogs, and like, but then, I mean, we kind of were.
Yeah, there was a little bit of that, but she, yeah, I mean, you know, Jenny was 34 years old and working behind the bar, serving tables at lunch because we needed this $100. Like, you know, we're lucky that, you know, we're 8 years later, we're fortunate enough to have full-time managers and staff and business practices in place, but you know, that took years and years and years to get to, and hard work. So, but back to Shaq.
Yeah, how did we get into that?
You know, we sort of had a short list of people that we wanted to bring to town to headline our Doggy Jams event. Obviously, every year we have the same cover band that comes in and entertains the crowd, and then we bring out a headliner. And Shaq was at the top of our list, and
he could do it?
Yeah, he basically ends each show by getting in the crowd and dancing and moshing with the crowd. So it's going to be really cool to see. I mean, just to see Shaq partying in downtown Greenville is going to be awesome. The number one question I get is, how'd you guys get Shaquille O'Neal to Greenville? And the answer is, you pay him a lot. That's number one. And you're able to pay him a lot because you can sell tickets. And we've been doing this event for 10 years. And we're lucky enough to be able to, at least I think, sell tickets. And, you know, if you don't sell tickets, you can go broke. But if you can sell tickets, then it's an awesome event and great for marketing.
Come to Doggy Jams, not only for the headliner, for just a tip.
Yeah.
They have been, well, how long have they been doing Doggy Jams?
5 years.
5 years?
I think this will be the 6th.
And people will come and say, oh, I don't care about whoever's
The headliner.
the headliner is. We're here for just a tip. And they're great, I mean.
It's a cover band we've seen at the
Yeah,
beach for years and years. And we decided, you know, we would love to see them at the beach when we were just there hanging out and having a couple drinks. So we brought them here all the way down from Philadelphia, Delaware area. And they come down here and put on a show. I mean, there's very few cover bands that can entertain a crowd of 3,000-4,000 people, and this band can do it. So we bring out the cover band. Everyone's hanging out, having a good time. The sun's shining. Everyone's drinking crushes, beer, the whole thing. There's food there, food trucks, and then Shaq comes out for an hour, owns the crowd, puts on an awesome DJ set. It's going to be just an awesome event. So we'd like to do a giveaway, and we'll do a $25 gift card. Write in the comments below. Chime in. Tell us what you like about Sup Dogs, hate about Sup Dogs.
Coming to Doggy Jams.
If you're coming to Doggy Jams, post a comment.
Doing something else that day.
And anyone that posts a comment, Jenny will draw a random name, and
I'll pick it randomly.
And she'll hit you up, and we'll get you the $25 gift card. But thanks for watching, and you know, we're incredibly appreciative of the support the Greenville community has given us. I mean, like I said, February 2012, we moved down here, didn't know anyone, didn't know this community, and they've really embraced our business. Our house is here, our daughter's here, our lives are here, and we're just incredibly thankful and appreciative of the support this community has given us as a family and a business.